Wrapped Bitcoin. Okay, so WBT, looking at it's getting close to this $29,000 level. So this is what I've been waiting for. I think that is going to be a good entry if structure allows it. I mean, the only thing I'd be concerned about is that these liquidity zones, these what were once higher liquidity zones, so like this one, they are getting lower and lower. So there's one there, there's one here. So what we really need to see happen, and like really need to see happen, I mean, yes, price is way above this moving average on the daily, so it is bullish, but I would need to see price come down to 29,000 here, which it does appear to be doing very soon, possibly today, and then a big bull candle out of it, like a big, nice bullish candle, so that we can see that there's a ton of momentum at the 29,000. Because to me, as of right now, like obviously this is a huge liquidity support zone at 29,000, but every time it's hit it, it's barely come up higher, and it's actually become lower and lower. So it's kind of, yes, it gets bought up at 29,000, but it barely goes up after this zone. And then, so it gets bought up at 29,000, but doesn't really break 29,000. Or sorry, it doesn't break 30,000. And then, gets sold off right away, comes back down. You got these huge wicks here now in this daily area here, which not a fan of when I'm buying. So basically, this was your upper liquidity zone, and now this is. So like, what happens when price hits 29,000 now and comes back up? Is there another liquidity zone? Possibly like right here, And so you're basically forcing price lower and lower, and I don't like that if I'm going to go buy something. And so, I mean, as of right now, you have these wicks here, you have this wick, so like we cannot have a wick go lower than this one. That is a big no-no to look for a buy entry, because as much as I want to buy this at 29,000, it really depends on the momentum once price hits 29,000. If there's only a little, if it hits 29,000, gets bought up, but only comes up to here and starts wicking, then that's not good, because the selling pressure is going to be too significant on this, and what's going to happen is it's going to push this zone lower and lower and keep hammering it lower and lower, and then it'll push it down, then it'll pull back up a little bit, push it down, pull it back up until this zone is non-existent, and then next thing you know, look, you have no support after this zone, like zero. Like look where price was before. So it breaks 29,000, you're looking at like 25,000 is the next. As of looking at this is the right area. And I know people will say, well, there's an area here, or an area here, but I'm like, well, that never really supported price to the downside before. That supported it, like this supported it to the upside, and I get it, like support becomes resistance and vice versa, but it's not the same as like this was the low. Like this is where price, this is where the bulls bought it up. This is as low as the bears could take it before, around 25,000. So that's how I look at it. So I mean, yes, price technically could stop anywhere from 29,000, 25,000. It could get caught up somewhere in this area, but based on previous history and lows and stuff, I mean, this is your area, right? So I don't want it to, if I'm going to buy this, I don't want it to break 29,000. So that's a definite no-no. And I do want to see a lot of bullish momentum out of this zone first. I'd like to see price basically come into this zone like it's about to do, rocket up to this area, and actually like fill all these wicks even. I want it to absolutely crush these candles. I'd like to see like an 800 point candle in one day, like $800 candle in one day, something like that. Just a massive, basically like this candle, or this one, but full. This candle would be ideal. Just like full body right to this zone, completely clear out these areas, like especially this. Like if we can't break, if after price hits this zone and then comes up, if it can't break this area, then that is not good, because that means those upper liquidity areas are getting lower and lower, and weaker and weaker. So we don't want that. We definitely don't want that if we're going to buy this. So Waiting on that. We'll see what happens when price hits 29,000. Going to set an alert here actually. Oh, why is there still maintenance on this? Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can refresh this. No, you know what? We'll just leave it. It's fine. I'll watch this. So yeah, when price hits 29,000, then we will look for. We'll watch this. I mean, definitely no buy entries because, like I said, these, this is iffy, and you got price way below this 4-hour moving average. You got lower lows. You got all this structure. You got tons of wicks. I would like to see price hit 29,000. Big bull move out of the zone. Cross over this moving average, this 4-hour moving average, and hold above it for a bit before I consider any buys, because I just see this getting too weak, and this has had too much time to come up. Like, it's had since July 24th to come up, and it just hasn't. So like it only came up to here, and then that's it. And even all of August, if you think about it, the start of August here was 29, almost 29.8. What has it done since? It's only went lower. It rejected this area 5 times. So as of August, like, there's been no bullish pressure, no bullish momentum here. So I'm a little hesitant on this to buy it for sure. So we'll see what happens at 29,000, and if it allows for a buy position, and if things look good. But if they don't, I am not taking nothing on this. I would just wait. If anything, let it break 29,000 and then short it. That's probably would be my next move. So we'll see how that plays out. That is wrapped Bitcoin.